So you get to this part where you have to get an agent and you got to go and deal with this trying to get overseas thing. What was that process like real quick, if you can get that to the people?
It sucked. It's awful. I mean, you don't know who to trust. You don't know who to believe. You're trying to reach out for people to help. Not everybody's so like forthcoming with information to help you out. So it sucks, man. Especially if you're not like walking into a situation where you got your agent lined up, you're doing this. It wasn't fun. Like I'm emailing hundreds of people trying to get answers, trying to get somebody to represent me, and then you get played. I signed bad contracts. I did all of it for the first time. So it was hard. It was tough. And it wasn't fun.
It definitely. The common thing that I always hear, it's never about the basketball after that is being hard. It's always the business and what you got to deal with for these people.
Yep.
So just to hear you say that, man, it's just, one, it just sucks to deal with, but that's the nature of the business. But I always wanted to know kind of your perspective on that. And obviously dealing with it at the level that you did, you got to see it from the bad contract signing to finding someone and getting to a bad, you know what I mean? So just to talk about that real quick, when you did find an agent, how did that process go, and then where did you wind up going?
So I found the agent, and basically I was on vacation. Just again, I'm emailing anybody. Like it was a full-time job for me. I'm just trying to reach out, trying to get picked up. Got the agent, and maybe like a couple weeks, 2 weeks later, he came back with an offer in Spain. And I was like, and he told me like $1,000. I said, I don't even care. Just let me get over there. I'll prove myself, and I'm good. Yeah. So I just signed the contract and went over there.
Yep.
On a whim.
That's what's up. I still remember the day you signed. It was crazy. So you get to Spain, and the basketball side of things, how did you feel about that?
It was a learning experience. It's different. It's much different from over here. Like
Very.
The style of play, the refereeing, the coaching. I mean, you gotta understand. You don't understand the coach maybe because he might not speak great English. My coach spoke zero English, so it's like I'm having to go through a translator for all my basketball information off the court. It's just I'm in a foreign place. I don't know anything. I don't know what I'm doing. But like the translation at the end of the day is still basketball. As long as I can put the ball in the hoop, somebody gonna notice me. So
exactly.
That's how I felt.
Socially, it was definitely hard. I mean, I went to Spain for a little situation. I was over that joint off of the island for like 3 weeks. And like you said, that language barrier is crazy.
It's crazy.
It's like you feel anything you ever said about a person that came from another place that came to America, all of that's out the window because you take your ass over there. You is so. I tried to get this meal from McDonald's in Spanish. Lady was just looking at me, smiling the whole time, and then said it back to me in English. Like, yeah, I appreciate you trying, but that was just bad. Don't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely hard to kind of, and then you're by yourself.
Small fish in a big pond.
I'm talking about by yourself. Like even your teammates, they're grown as hell. They probably got families or they into their own thing. You might not be into what they into. Lord knows what they into. So just that adjustment and all that. From that standpoint, I know that was easy from the basketball standpoint, but kind of talk about just real quick, just dealing with that aspect and how you had to kind of lock into basketball to kind of get a safe space from that.
Yeah, so I mean, like you said, socially it's tough, but luckily, like I'm cool by myself.
Yeah,
I don't really need nobody. I don't need much. I'm very simple. So while I'm over there, like I'm fine. Like I don't need to be outside doing nothing. I don't need to be hanging out. I'm cool, just doing me, relaxing, doing what I gotta do. So that was like it was different. But the fact that when you realize you really are by yourself, you can't, like, 6-hour time difference, you could be up, your parents could be sleeping, your girl could be home asleep, you just don't know. So, like, that whole thing is a little, like, it's hard, but again, find yourself in basketball, and I was cool with that.
Right. So, to conclude that part about the overseas thing, just tell us the run about who you played with over there and how that thing went, and then what caused it to end, or if it's still going, and tell the people what's going on with that.
So the first year I came halfway through a season. We ended up winning the championship my first year, which was crazy. Like it was parades, all of that. Like it was wild. Second year I come back to the same team. I'm in Alcázar de San Juan. It's right outside Madrid. So I come back to the same league, same town. Actually, we move up a league. So we're in a better league. I'm in the same town. And this year, I know what to expect. I know the game. I understand how like the European game is played. So I'm coming out hot. Like there's nobody who's over me under 20 points. Not even close. Like, it's not even a debate. And then I start having like little back issues, but I'm playing through it. Like it is what it is. I'm hurt. It's fine. But then it gets to the point where I can't even practice anymore. So I would miss a whole week of practice just to play a game. And then once the game's done, then I'd miss another week of practice because I just physically couldn't. I did that for probably 2 months of just like really just sucking it up and trying to go. Get to a doctor, realize my back is just destroyed. Like my back is done. I got a herniated disc. I need surgery. I find out that probably in February. I don't get surgery until July. The season ends in May. I'm in Spain by myself with no teammates, no nobody for 2.5 months.
Needing back surgery.
So I'm like, I can't tie my shoes. I can barely put socks on at this point. I'm down bad.
It's hard to wash your ass.
I'm down bad.
You gotta take baths.
It's rough. So I'm in an apartment by myself in a small town with a broken back, and it's just a mess. And the team wasn't trying to pay for it, which is why it was held out so long. But we finally get that figured out. Boom, I come back over here for like 2 months, go right back overseas. Like, didn't even have enough time to rehab. And I thought I was gonna do my rehab overseas. So I signed with a new team. I'm in a new city. It's called Alicante in Spain. Same coach, he just left. So I do that. I'm trying to rehab. It's just not going right. The back's not developing. I'm still screwed up. So I end up coming back here in January. And then once I came back here, at that point, I didn't play basketball for over a year.
Definitely.
And like the love of the game was just like, I'm over it. Like I was so tired of being hurt and just being basically disabled because I can't even do anything. I'm wearing flip-flops in the snow because I can't tie my shoes. So I was over it. I was done. And then at that point, I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm cool with the overseas stuff.
Game.
I was through.
Yeah.
Done. I ain't want no more of it. I was so tired of dealing with all that.
Yeah.
And then I'm not even home. I can't even vent. So I was like, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, finish with this.
Yeah.
Okay, man, and that's another thing, man. People gotta understand it's a whole other side to that. People think it's all glitz and glamour. You get overseas, man. It really gets ugly overseas as far as business and that type of stuff for sure.